Just looks like a nice view.
Yeah.
Well, good morning. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning.
I'm not going to show you what Karen looks like because she's still combing her
You
hair.
will die.
She'll kill me. Sitting in the sun. And it's a beautiful morning today. We have a beautiful bluebird sky. Got a couple of cups of steaming coffee that you might be able to see the steam going by. And we just got a little bit of rain yesterday, and that was about the end of it. And it didn't rain at all last night, so it was not a bad deal at all. So anyway, we're off to parts unknown today. Actually, we are going to parts known later in today, but we're going to take a ride up this road that's behind us and see where it goes. Follow it around and this kind of explore this area up in here above the Doda Neck and see what's up here. Never been up in here before, so this is new to me, which is unusual since this is my old district. But that's what it is. And off we go into the wild blue yonder, right? Into the wild. Anyway, we're gonna go see what's up this road. It's the road we were camped on. So we're gonna go see where this goes. We're gonna end up over by Frenchman Lake later today. But for now, it's just exploring some new country. The hillsides are alive with mule air. That's all mule air up there blooming. That's quite the spectacular display of yellow. Well, here's a sign that tells you where we just came from. Doda Neck, 2 miles back. Doda Saddle's 2 miles the way we're going, so that's where we're heading. So Horton Canyon's back to the left, 4 miles. stuff I've never been to. This being one of them. Don't get out of the picture.
Oh.
Part of the deal is I wanted you in.
Oh. I was getting out of the way so you could do your thing.
Okay, this is Dota Saddle. We got up to the top of the hill and there's some junctions of the road. Recon Peak over that direction. I've never been out there. Never been up Recon Peak this direction. We always came up from Frenchman Cove over in that area. Anyway, Clover Valley 8, Dota Canyon 2, so that's the way we're going to go down anyway, Dota Canyon. Driving down Dota Canyon on the east side of Dota Canyon. Another area I've never been to on my old district. This is the main road going from Beckworth over to Loftman, over to Milford. Driven this road many, many times. I haven't been down here since it burned though. Since the Dixie fire burned it. We just left Four Corners. We're going out Dixie Valley Road now. Kind of a sad state of affairs out here. Driving down this road, it's hard to recognize the road. It's completely burned, and then they cut down all these trees along the road.
For some reason.
There's very few green trees that made it through the fire. Even though we underburned this years ago. This is farther down Dixie Valley Road. It's not. This hasn't been burned, and that's kind of nice because the beginning part of the Dixie Valley area, the private, was all burned. And in fact, that little artesian well that we always used to stop at to get water, that's all burned up. And the well was running pretty good, but that whole area is just totally devastated. So this is this is the old Dixie Valley Road that I remember. Coming to the top of the pass out of Dixie Valley, where it gets up to the top and starts down toward the Frenchman Cove area. Looking back up, that's Recon Peak, back up there. And the plantations that were up there look like they're pretty well burned up. Pretty much suspected that that was the case. When the sugar fire blew out and blew up to the top of the ridge, for some reason they did pretty much nothing to catch it at the top of the ridge. I'm not sure why, but whatever the reason was, I was afraid those plantations would be burned up, and certainly they were. Those are plantation trees way up on top by that big old cloud. And it looks like a complete devastation. All burned up. Boy, there's a big old black cloud. We're going out this direction. Going down toward Grigsby Camp, and then maybe over by Lookout Creek, kind of where I'm heading. See it? Oh yeah, okay. I didn't see. I don't know what pickup you're talking about. Yeah. We're going to be going up the road toward Grigsby Camp here in a minute. See what that area looks like. Well, this is the back side of Dixie Mountain. It goes all the way up to the top of Dixie Mountain. Now this road here goes to Dixie Mountain, and this road to the left goes to Grigsby Camp. There's Grigsby Creek. You can tell it's pretty well burned here. Some of the big trees are still green, but the surrounding area is pretty well cooked. Some of the plantation trees up here still have some green on them, and some of them got ripped out. The little pond that used to be here looks like it washed out, but that's maybe the fire had something to do with it, maybe not. Here's the meadow where we used to play volleyball. Overall, this is pretty sad. Used to be a bunch of tent camps, tent platforms along in here for the crews, and then there was a trailer over here for the engine captain, was sitting right in here, I think. Anyway, pretty sad to see. Well, we went up the Lookout Creek Road. That was so burned up I didn't want to stay up there.
Spend the night up there.
Yeah, we didn't want to spend the night up there because it was too devastated. It's just a big burned area, which really sucks because it was such a beautiful spot. Then again, I could say that about a lot of places up here. So we're going in search of a camping spot that's not quite as burned up, if we can find one. Now the clouds are getting kind of black. We found ourselves a home for the night in a gravel pit, and I like to camp in gravel pits. Gravel pits make really good campsites. There's always level ground, and there's usually lots of room. And in this case, we found a spot where we can hunker down. We got a tarp strung up here that we can get under if it rains, and it is spitting a few drops right now. So we're gonna sit underneath the tarp and listen to the pitter-patter of the raindrops, I guess. You can see there's a few raindrops on the hood here. So, see them on the rainfly too. This is a burned area, but the trees pretty much made it. It burned underneath them, so it was more of an underburn. Cleaned up the ground litter pretty good, so it's not an ugly place. So, and then we're just up above Ramelli Creek. Karen's getting her long sleeve shirt on. That's I think I'm going to do that too.
This makes the second one.
The second one.
You want to switch? What? What is this?
What is this? This is listening to the thunder and cooking dinner.
Yes,
that's what it is. You gotta love it, thunder and lightning.